What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Was calculating with you. Hey man. For anybody that didn't see me on last night, man, still riding that high of you know, seeing your team just dominate. You know what I'm saying? So as a sports fan as I am, as a Timberwolves fan as I am since inception. You know what I mean? Y'all people know what I'm talking about. So, like I said to the people that didn't see me last night, let me talk a little bit more about it today. You know what I'm saying? T-Wolves don't crackle, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, hey, man. But this is a good time to be a Minnesota sports fan. Especially with the T Wolves doing this thing, man. We can't be feeling like we felt, man, with the Vikings and the Timberwolves, but prior to this, right? Can't be pumped up about it thinking it's gonna be something bad, man. We gotta ride with this how it is, because right now we sitting on top. So and if we keep fueling that, because I see all my people up in the games, you know what I'm saying? So you know, it might be the year, you know what I'm saying? It might be the year. But yeah. I want to give a little shout out to Apple Valley, man, Apple Valley Sports. Um, man, just you know what I'm saying? Like one thing I noticed about Apple Valley Sports is for a while it's been young. It's really been young. And what I mean by that is like led by a lot of youth. You know what I'm saying? As far as like ninth graders, 10th heavy with ninth graders, 10th graders, um, juniors now. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the girls basketball program has been like pulling girls up from you know, eighth grade since, you know what I'm saying, for a while. So, but it's starting to actually come back, you know what I'm saying, and being a kids are being in their respectful grade levels and stuff. So we get back to there. The boys also football. Football is one of them kind of sports where it's just like that anyway, because you have to have, with the body changing throughout the high school years, man. It's just it's a brutal sport. I've said this before. It's a barbaric sport. You know what I'm saying? 100% of the time, power gonna win. Then second, speed. Right. So those are attributes that get better with working out, but also you know what I'm saying, with the body changing and developing over the years. So football is one of them sports where it's like, once you finally get a class that comes in and consistently at their grade level, which is where they're at now, I think they'll have a great year. Like next year, they got some young guys that can do some things too. So that's when it's the best, when you got the older guys filled in the spots that you need, and then you got those younger guys ready to go too. So and they got football. I think it's going to be at that level next year. Track, another sport. Like I seen, me, I try to get out there and see it all. So, because you know what I'm saying, these my peoples, man. These my young peoples, man. And track young, man. The girls side is real young, but they got some fierce people, man. Track and fierce, man. I like track. I don't know about y'all, man. Track and field is. I think track and field is dope, man. I think people need to make sure their kids do track. You know what I'm saying? If they're not doing a sport during the track season, I think you should just throw them in track. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what sport can't you apply the tools that you learn in track, right? So, but the girls side is kind of young, you know what I'm saying? But they dope, man. I've seen some good runners, man. Some good potential on that side. The boys side is coming into its own. Missing a couple of guys from what I saw, that you know what I'm saying could have taken the team as a whole to another level. But um, yeah, that side, the boys side is pretty much competing. You know what I'm saying? My son is on that side, he's doing his thing. And some other guys on there. There's a couple of young guys too, you know what I'm saying? Especially because like I said, some a couple of guys ain't, you know what I'm saying, come through this year. They doing their thing, they trying to, you know what I'm saying, get themselves molded and ready for whatever they're doing. But now that's what stepping up is. The next man up, right? That's the motto for with anything in sports. Next man up with anything in life, right? That's what sports does, teach you that kind of stuff, and that's one, next man up. So these young guys, man, they feeling in. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see because it just kind of shows a longevity of the sports program at Apple Valley. So, and I, you know what I'm saying? It's our city, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it out here, man. Apple Valley, we trying to get these boys right, man. We really are trying to implement um just a new way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Change just like how do you do that, right? How do you change the whole course of a city's way of thinking? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you got to do it through the kids, man. You got to do it through the kids. You got to teach the kids kind of a new way of thinking and a new way of doing that. And I think that's what we did. And I think that's what we're doing now. Um, I think with the staffs that we have running some of the programs at Apple Valley, I think we're heading in a direction that's really um, prominent across the board. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you remember when the Jones family was here, you know what I'm saying, and Trent Jr. was here. Um, it was like it was off the chain, right? For basketball, really, right? You know what I'm saying? Football was having anything. Wrestling's always been dope. You ain't gotta worry about wrestling. Wrestling can tune his own horn, you know what I mean? But it was when it was like the longest ago that it was like really one of the programs was really, really high. But right now, I think a lot of the programs are getting back up there. And I think it's good for Apple Valley, man. I think it's good. The kids are feeling this new way of understanding that level. You know what I'm saying? Being in that realm. You know what I'm saying? Like just something that we teach. You know what I'm saying? We tell them about making sure that they represent Apple Valley in the chest. All programs do that, but I think it's something that it's gotten away from itself. Oh, it did got to get away from itself for a while, but I think it got back. Um, and I think the programs are looking good, man, over there. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I always tell you whenever I post stuff out there, man, get over to check out some Apple Valley stuff, man. Check out my son. For sure. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be biased on my show, but come check out my son. You know what I'm saying? And come check out my little dudes, man, my other sons, my nephews, you know what I'm saying? I should say. These young kings out here and queens doing their thing in Apple Valley. So one love and shout out to Apple Valley, man. Mess with us. You know what I mean? Real talk. So yeah. Let's go down quick, man. I always say that, man. I feel like, you know what? I feel like I learned that from church. I feel like I learned that from church. Being in church. Pastor was like, all right, I just got one more thing to say. I just got one more minute. You know what I'm saying? Let me bring this to a close. Get up out of here. He'd be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? This is the last thing that I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like 12:30. He said, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Can you let me get one amen? That's all I need. 2 2 p.m. later. 2 p.m. later, you sitting there. I thought he said that was it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'll be doing that sometimes. I'll be like, yo, I'm just gonna be quick tonight. And the next thing you know, 50 minutes later, I'll be like, ah, dang. Excuse my language, man. Gotta watch that, especially on afternoon show. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to keep it PG 17 for the young people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we gonna keep it sweet. But some points that I want to get to tonight, today, excuse me, this afternoon. Health is wealth, right? I'm gonna touch on it. I'm only gonna touch on it, like I said, quickly. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want people to think, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to be like, you know what I mean, like a super religious person trying to come at them and push you. You know what I'm saying? Like most people do. You know what I'm saying? People that are super in shape and fit. You know what I'm saying? They push it because that's what they know, right? I'm just gonna come at you as a person who's experienced. You know what I'm saying? So just to kind of give my 2 cents about being healthy, right? Like I said, man, look, I just be throwing this stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to me, you know what I'm saying? Blessings. If you don't, it wasn't meant for you. You know what I'm saying? So, um, health is wealth, right? And really, hold on. So check this out. Let me see if I can get this working right. Let me see if I get this working right. Let's see. Bam. Okay, bam. Is this right? I hope y'all see this. If y'all see this, I hope y'all see this, right? So, just kind of want to start with this real quick. If you look at this, you know what I'm saying, you take a look, a little vibe, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. you see five different people. The five different people that you see are all doing something different, right? One person is eating a full plate, you know what I'm saying? Variety of things. One plate, one person is eating more of just a vegetable plate. Um, Probably some carbs and things like that. One's eating just a fruit and veggie plate. One's just drinking water, and then one's not doing anything, right? So based on this, like, um, just to kind of give you an idea of where I'm going with this is just this is just something I learned, you know what I'm saying, and in particular with the things that I'm gonna bring up in today's conversation, kind of will basically point to this. You know what I'm saying? It shows that the person who's eating variety of anything is unconnected. You know what I'm saying? The person who kind of cuts out meat basically shows that they're a little bit in tune, heading in that direction. The person that's eating vegetables and fruit is getting there, halfway there, about three-fourths of the way there. Um, and a person that drinks water and fast, touching on it, very close. But the person that fasts fully with nothing is in full connection with sun, God, representation, or whatever it is, right? So now the reason why I touched on that picture is because I've done fasting, right? And I think fasting is one of the best things ever that you could ever do for yourself, right? It's a cleanse, it's a total cleanse. But I've done water fasting. So as you see from the picture, I've done the one fasting. I don't think I've ever done. I think, well, you can do fasting. Well, you're fasting when you sleep. You know what I'm saying? But that's another. That's a whole nother uh, topic, right? But if you think about it, like as far as like 72 hours, right? I think that's a good number. If you think about 72 hours, what you do in 72 hours is a good fast, right? And so from what I've done a 72. Um I did a 7-day fast. I did a 7-day water fast. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. That was insane. You know what I'm saying? That was insane. But like I said, when I'm talking about this for you today, and what I'm giving you is just some advice from things that I've experienced, right? That's a lot of things. That's a lot of times how people don't understand how we connect with the people, right? Like these are my actual experiences that I'm giving you. So um I did 7 days water fast, you know what I'm saying? Nothing, ate nothing, you know what I'm saying? And that was crazy. So, but it was purifying, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. Um, I think that Gandhi has the longest um, days of fasting. I think he did it multiple times, like 25 days or something like that, 18 days or something like that, something outrageous where the dude ain't eat. You know what I'm saying, for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And I think that just it's one of the things that he pointed out was the reason why he was doing it was to cleanse himself and to be purified and to have a bigger, better connection with the earth and the cosmos and all that. And I mean, from that picture, that's exactly what it's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like true consciousness comes from being able to be stronger than the body that wants to consume. And so in that sense, you know what I'm saying, just health in that sense, let you know that you get your mind is operating at its full, at its potential to be at a full capacity, right? So um next step probably for me was, I think, being a vegan. I went vegan for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Come on, man. Work with me, man. Work with me. I went vegan for a little bit, and vegan's dope. Vegan's dope. What I would do is I do a fast, come off for about 72, you know what I'm saying, or whatever you desire, but at least 72. Come on a good fast, give your body a good cleansing, and then, you know what I'm saying, do um I would, me, from my experience, back to back, I would pop into being a vegan. And then you know, being a vegan was weird because you learn that what it really means, because people be they just eat fruits and vegetables and stuff, and that's it. That's all they eat, fruits and vegetables, really. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's good. I mean, because of what I learned this from a chef, a vegan chef, and she basically was like, she put it down and in the kitchen, and she was like, you gotta season it up just like you would anything else. I was like, yeah, right, right. So okay, so look, let me, so I gotta tell you the story, right? So I gotta tell you the story. So Alan hit me up. It was like, yo, man, look, man, what you want? What we gonna do about moms? You know what I'm saying? Because mom was, you know, what I'm saying she was in her thing. We're gonna talk about my mom a little bit more on today's topic. But since she's going through her thing right now, you know what I'm saying? She we gotta get her healthy. She do it, and he like, all right, so mom finna be vegan right now. I was like, all right, bet. He's like, well, you know what I'm saying, in order for her to be vegan, you know what I'm saying, you gotta go vegan too. I was like, oh, okay. That's all right, okay, all right. Whatever, really. So then he was like, all right. So then he's like, nah, I'm being serious. I'm like, okay, all right. I said, all right. Like, he said, nah, but I'm gonna send a chef over there to y'all houses, and um, she gonna strip the kitchen down of everything that's like what? I ain't know. I ain't know all the way yet. I ain't know all the way yet. I ain't know. This is what I'm trying to tell you the story. I ain't know all the way yet, right? So um so then she come up in there and boom, start taking everything. What you taking them noodles? What so noodles was made from this and this was made from that. It came from the animals. I said, huh? Wait, say it again. She said it came from she said anything come from an animal. I said, oh man, okay. All right. Man, the whole kitchen was bare. Fridge was bare. He had to go whole shopping. Got to go to Whole Foods and go shopping all over again, man. And all I saw was fruits and vegetables. Fruits was cool though. I could do the fruits. That wasn't a problem. I could do the fruits. It wasn't a problem. It was just that the vegetables um, were becoming the main meals, right? You know, that's what they do. That's what they do. They take walnuts, they take walnuts and chop them up, and ball them up and make them into like little meatballs. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm not playing, bro. Bro, I'm not playing, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing about it, right? So I was like, I was really neglecting, right? Like she made the first meal for us, right? And I'm like, man. Yes. Hey man, look, man, I laugh at everything with everybody Skippy, but dude, I'm trying to tell you, man. I was like, you think I'm telling you my experience, man. So look, so then she came through. It was like it's time to eat it. I said, I don't know about all that, man. So I was like standoffish. You know, I'm an eater, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, burger, okay, good burger. You know what I'm saying? Good steak. You know what I'm saying? That's me, right? So now I'm back, like I ain't got nothing in the crib. You know what I'm saying? And I got to do this for my mom, so I'm standing right there with her. Like, all right, man, whatever. But I'm like, nah, I'm not eating that. And I did that for about a week. For about a week, I did that because I ain't got nothing to eat. I ain't got nothing to eat. So I'm like, about a week go by. I'm like, man, forget it, man. She made the next. It was like the next week because she made like 2 meals a week. She was like 2 meals a week. So then that next week, so she made the second meal. I didn't eat that. So then she came back the next week for the second week of meals, and she made these little pitas, right, with the little peppers in there and this little imposter meat. So I was like, that look like meat. She said, yeah, soup, season it up, whatever. Blah, this Skippy. I was like, all right, man, I get it a try, man. That thing was bang. It might have been because I starved for like a week, you know, but no, it was banging. It was banging. And then after that, I started eating the vegan meals, and it was dope. You know what I'm saying? I was really feeling good, man. I was really in good spirits, man. I would wake up in the morning and pop up. You know what I'm saying? It was one period of time in my life where I would just, you know what I'm saying, wake up and just pop up. My mom was really reluctant about trying to go all the way in. She would eat some of them, but she didn't do it like me did, like I did. So but yeah, man, it felt good. Um my mind was just more clear, man. It was just I was just moving at a pace that was a lot different and more accelerated than I was before, and I was in probably the best shape of my life. Um, and pounds just dropped off, dude. I lost about 35 pounds in about 3-4 weeks, straight up. Like it just the pounds just dropped off, and it was a good time, man. It just really felt good, and that's part of one of the reasons why when I was thinking about what the subject was going to be about today was this, because I kind of want people to understand that and take from what you want, because like I talk about these things that I'm going through because that was my experiences, right? But the important thing is just to figure out, you know what I'm saying, your health and what's best for your health, right? Because I mean, my brother, he's alkaline. You know what I'm saying? I went to his house, you know what I'm saying, for vacation, man, just to hang out. And I go in there, we get in there, man, put my stuff away, go in the fridge, and all I see is grapes, walnuts, and pure alkaline water. That's in the fridge. Grapes in the refrigerator, grapes in the freezer, walnuts in the refrigerator, walnuts in the freezer. That's it, and water, pure water. You know what I'm saying? Electrolyte infused water, something like that. But he on that. We got to we gonna talk to y'all about that too. But we moving that with that more, or he's moving that with that more life. Um, but that was it. You know what I'm saying? So that alkaline is on another level. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. So you see, I'm not saying that that's what I did. I mean, what I did while I was living there, but I got to sneak away do my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? No, but no, I got to follow the rules. But no, the alkaline is a whole nother level. But it's just about it's just honestly it's just about purifying your body, man. Making sure your body is your body is the vessel that you live in. You know what I'm saying? And you got to make sure that it's as pure as possible for you to be able to function and operate and you know what I'm saying, and making sure your health is right. And don't forget, I give a shout out to the carnivores, man. They're a group, man. Them carnivore people are a group, man. They deep, bro. They deep. I used to work with these young dudes, man. They were carnivore dudes, man. They was like, yeah, man, nah, man, you gotta rip it, man. You gotta go get like a whole deer, man. Go get somebody to go ahead and put a deer down for you, man. And then you just go ahead and ask them to deliver it to you. Go buy a freezer for the garage, and then bam, put all the pieces of that deer up in there, and then you eat all that all year long, man. You'd be like, ugh, Jack. I'm like, hey, look, man, listen to how you sound. That's that just explains that just explains to me why I don't right there. You know what I'm saying? No, but, hey, but like I said, I gotta give a shout out to the carnivore people because they are, like I said, they deep, but they aggressive with their stuff. They like the religious people. They be aggressive. No, you gotta eat meat. You better eat meat. You gotta eat meat every day. Eat meat. I'm trying to tell you. Shout out to the carnivore people, man. Please don't give me Look, I'm just joking. These are just jokes, man. It's my defense mechanism, man. Man, but no, give a shout out to them, man. Because I mean, I say, hey, it worked for them. You know what I'm saying? But I think long term effects are different. I think very much so that the carnivore diets have a very immediate impact. I think you can really juice yourself up. You know what I'm saying, and get to a real nice body tone. You know what I'm saying? Just jacked if you want to get that way. If you do a carnivore diet, from what I've seen. But me, I just from what I've learned, some things that I've learned, man. I think my brother told me one thing, showed me something where it says that if you compare to the stories of the dinosaurs, you know what I'm saying? If you listen to the stories of the dinosaurs, which dinosaurs are always the most angriest dinosaurs, right? The Tyrannosaurus Rex and what are they? Carnivores. They eat meat. You know what I'm saying? What are the ones that are eating plants doing? They're chilling. They're getting big. They're the biggest ones, and they the biggest. They the biggest. Brontosaurus, the biggest, right? Eats plants, right? That's they put it to me like that. It was like, dang, that is kind of true. So, but them carnivores, man, they deep, man. I'll give a shout out to y'all, man. Love, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's see here. But you got to maintain your mental for the health concerns, and that's kind of why I might have been joking about the carnivore, but all of it is the same thing. I mean, there are health concerns when it's for fasting. There are, you know what I'm saying. So you got to make sure what you're able to do, and whatever you're doing and how it's affecting you. I think that that's something that's very important. to make sure that you're maintaining and make sure you're realizing. Because I remember, man, one time, man, me and G Trent, man, we on the field, man, with the kids, man. At practice one day, and he was just telling me about, colonoscopy. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of guys just sitting there talking about stuff like that, and they just throw it. I told you how guys are, right? We just really fact, boom, 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 conversation, right? But when we get to talking, man, and Gary just kind of was like, "Yo, I'm about to go get a colonoscopy, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm at that age, you know what I'm saying, when you got to get that, right? And, you think about it, you know what I'm saying, as a man that's up in age, you got to really make sure you're trying to take care of your body and, make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you're paying attention. I think it's more so about paying attention to it, right? Because people always say your body will tell you, right? It's just more so about taking care of it in a way to where it's as healthy as possible. You know what I'm saying? And for me, being a vegan was when my body was the health. I think I honestly, when I was a vegan, I compare it to um when I was like 19, 20, 21, 22. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember the boy, you know what I'm saying? Y'all the boy, you know what I mean? Saying y'all remember the boy, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying though, you know what I'm saying? But no, that was the being a vegan, I really do compare my time, like even my um kind of my mentality and my energy was pretty similar to that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was ready to go. Like I said, I pop up ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Most of the times you wake up whenever I'm eating um um we would say bad foods, right? I feel sluggish when I wake up in the morning, right? But when I was a vegan, man, that was most time I was like I didn't even want to eat fast food. Like it was almost like fast food just kind of just driving through an area that had fast foods and you're getting that smell, just kind of grossed me out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I told TJ, man, we gotta go back vegan again, man. So he thought I was playing, but we gotta get on that. You know what I'm saying? Wifey, she know we gotta get a better eating habit. So, but we're gonna get up on that, man. That's real stuff. You gotta stay with it, man. America is one of the highest as far as um obesity. Obesity is killing us, man. It's killing people, man, and it's killing their bodies. And America's pretty high in it, man. We gotta do something about that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think if we can get ourselves under control with portions, because I think a lot of diets usually talk about portions. That's what a lot of diets I've noticed say. Because I'm a second plate type of dude. I'm a second plate type of dude, man. I go grab something, and if it's good, the wifey be making some good stuff, man. She a really good cook, so you know what I'm saying. They be like, I go make sure everybody do it. I do a tuck and bob, man. Make sure everybody got a plate. All right, cool. Bam, I'm back at it. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. And those are the times where I feel like I get the biggest is when I've been overindulging and eating a little bit more than I need to. And true facts, man. Our obesity problem in America is really severe. So and it's fatal. So we gotta do something about that, man. That's why I'm pushing this show today. You know what I'm saying? Just give some words of wisdom, say some things to you. If you listen to it and apply it, blessings to you. If you don't, it wasn't meant for you. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest killers of my people, obesity, or excuse me, diabetes. That diabetes, man. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That diabetes is a killer. That diabetes is a killer. That my mom, you know what I'm saying? Like it really did. Um, it just put her body in a position where it just couldn't heal. You know, that's really what I saw the effects of it. It put her because y'all know my mom. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know my mom. Shoot, her mind, shoot, stronger than anything. You know what I'm saying? But that body, bro, that body just started to shut down, man. And you know, like I said, we tried to get it back. Mom, Alan tried to get it, you know what I'm saying, get it back with the idea of trying to switch her over to being a vegan. It was hard to do that. That was a difficult time. Hey, the girl came to the house. Mom said, I told her, I said, Mom, Alan's gonna send some people over to somebody over to clean up the house. Don't know the hell he ain't. I said, Mom, Mom, you trying to, you know what I'm saying, make sure that we get living a healthier life. You know what I'm saying? No, you ain't finna just change my life. Mom, she's gonna come here. I'm gonna call the police on her. So it was kind of difficult, you know what I'm saying? And I think that you know, hey man, she old school black mom, old school, straight up old school black mom. You know, you ain't finna make her do nothing, straight up. And she ain't gonna do it just because you're trying to make her do it, right? So you know, I know firsthand, man, that diabetes is a killer, man. We gotta make sure that we figure that out. And you know, I think what is it basically um it's just the body's way of not being able to um handle the disbursement of sugar in your body because your body already makes it. So it's like either it can't produce enough or it produces too much, right? And I've seen that shit. I've seen that firsthand, dude. I remember coming over getting a call from the police, from the paramedics at my mom's house, and they said you got to come over. And I'm like, oh snap! So I get over there, and she on the couch, and she like eyes back, head back, laid back in the couch, eyes rolling back and forth. And you know what I'm saying? And I was like, they like it's 20. She had 20 or 30, 20 or 30, one of the two. You know what I'm saying 25, something like it was something insane. You know what I'm saying? I had to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich real quick, grab her some candy, and that was crazy. That was crazy. And then I seen the other side of the spectrum too. I came over one day and I think she was at like 400 or something like that. And just wired, you know what I'm saying? Just talking fast, just you know what I mean? So, you know, I've seen that. I've seen the effects of that. And this is real talk. You know what I'm saying? Like this stuff that I do is for a reason, man. It's real talk. I'm giving you guys an insight into my world, my daily affirmations, and things that I go through, so that hopefully you guys can learn. You know what I'm saying, or just teach some other people too. You know what I'm saying? Because you know we need information. You know what I mean, and to be experienced and go through something like this with someone and learn the effects of diabetes. It's crazy. So we got it. That's the whole reason why I'm doing this. We got to get healthy, man. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, look at it. We talk about diabetes and sugar, right? Well, living over in Israel, you know what I'm saying, going grocery shopping, we would go grocery shopping and we look on the label and read the ingredients, and they didn't have sugar. How we have is it as ingredient on our stuff? They didn't have sugar. It was what replaced sugar was energy. The word for sugar there on their boxes was energy. You know what I'm saying? Like so I mean, look at that for diabetes. You know what I'm saying? Like I just said, like when she was real low, you know, eyes rolling back, you know, have no energy. You got no energy. And then when you're at, you know, such a high number, 250, I can't remember if it was 250 or 80, something like it was a high number or 400, but it was high number. Just wired, you know what I'm saying? And both are deadly. You know what I'm saying? The lowest is probably the deadliest, but both are deadly, and the body can't regulate itself because, you know, um it's just unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? Got to get healthy, man. Too many things out here can kill us and take us out, man. Especially when we get older. Especially when we get older, dude, because your metabolism is not the same, bro. I tell people this story. I tell people something all the time about how like I'll fast or whatever, and then stupidly I'll go grab a burger or something like that. Next thing you know, I'm back. Everything I lost just in one burger, right? But that's because my metabolism ain't the same, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I should be working out, man. I know. I told Boardman, man, I was going get to working out, man, after the season, man. But my whole thing has been whole with this podcast and my other podcast I'm doing with Coach Rob, and just the movie that I'm working on, and just everything that I'm doing just kind of fell into a part where it was more important for me to just focus on that. But you gotta find time. You gotta find time to work out, man. I be seeing my dude G Trent. G Trent be killing me, man. Hey, he be on there with the workout videos there, but he be at the gym, man. You find time for that, man. That's what you gotta do, man. You gotta find time. You gotta find a place that you can go to. These memberships are, you know what I'm saying, not too expensive. Most places are not too expensive. $30 a month or something like that. But get a nice little membership, man, because especially when you get older, man, you gotta be able to put some muscle memory on your body and let it remember how to work out and to tone itself and to burn that energy. You know what I'm saying? To burn that energy because you got a lot of it. So you got to figure out how to burn it off. You know what I mean? Um, and then when you do that, I think you can have better relationships too. You know, I think the healthier you are, the better you are at have being in a relationship. The better you are at being in a relationship, being a relationship aid, um, someone who can add to a relationship because your mindset is clear. We talked about your mindset is clear. You're feeling good, so you're probably giving off better positive vibes. You're coming with better, positive solutions. You're more optimistic about things. You know what I'm saying? And I think your eating can control that. And you got to be mindful of that. And I think that's why people that are in relationships need to work together to be healthy too. They can push each other. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, even as such as like just making dinner together. You know what I'm saying? Getting your hand all in the, you know what I'm saying, in the chicken while you marinating it. You know what I'm saying? You double up on your hands like your boy in Ghost did. You know what I'm saying? I be talking crazy, but I be talking for real. So you know what I mean? If you listen to it, blessings. And if you don't, it wasn't meant for you, man. But I mean, for real, meals with love, man. Meals with love. So, and if you think about it, if you're eating healthier and you're making healthier meals together, and they already say that cooking together is kind of a very intimate thing for couples that already at point, and you're making healthy meals, it's like, the connection level is just, magnified by that, I would think, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what's been happening with my situation. Food has been love here, here, man. Because I've been like this. I told her, I said, man, you be bad. You know what I'm saying? You been fine, but we do that too. And we cook together, man. I'll cook something, and then she'll cook the sides, or she'll be cooking something, and I'll pop in there like, you need me to make this or whatever. But yeah, her daughter be making cook. I told y'all before. I told y'all this before. I put a post up before about that. Her daughter be cooking too. So them two, I'll be having two grown women in the cooking kitchen, in the kitchen cooking. You know what I'm saying? Getting down. You know what I'm saying? Food about to be banging. You know what I'm saying? But that's meals of love, man. Way to a man's heart is through his stomach, boy. Um, um, Eating healthy can be expensive though. It can be expensive though. That's because that's how they set it up. They set it up like that. Cause that's crazy. Like you could go, I mean, you go get like some veggies, some fruit. Man, fruit be off the chain, bruh. Fruit be off the chain, bruh. But that's the cost to be, you know what I'm saying, healthier, man. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like in in the end of it, like I said, in the immediate impact sometimes, but in the end, in the long run, if you're eating truly healthy, if you're fasting, um, if you're doing your fast how you're supposed to do your fasting, and you do your intermittent fasting also, I think in the long run, the cost actually probably evens out because you're not eating as much. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you're buying more stuff, but you're not eating as much. You know what I'm saying? And the stuff is more expensive. Um, uh, but it's lasting longer. And well, actually, you know what I'm saying? It depends because some of that vegan stuff be going fast. Like, dang, you just put it in the fridge yesterday. You just put it in the fridge 2 hours ago. It's done. You know, it's bony already. Like, yo, nigga, from the earth. It's real quick. And once you cut it from the earth, you got 27 hours. And it's coming out. It's cleaning you too. It's cleaning you too. But man, that's the thing about it. It's expensive. That's why because when you put it in there, it's gonna clean you. It's gonna flush. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm for real. You ever eat asparagus? Okay, you know what I'm talking about there. You know what I'm talking about. All right now. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, get some of that. Eat that fruit, man. That fruit, that watermelon, apples, pears are my dope stuff. I love pears. Um, and you know, just 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 maintain a nice a nice kind of program. I see a lot of people doing that with their food, pre mealing. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope. That's dope. I think that's really good. I think that's a really good way to do things too. Um, really good way to save money. You know, so and I mean that's part of the game, man. Is making sure that you're um, keeping within a budget for yourself, but at the same time making sure that you're staying healthy at the same time too. And you know, those pre meals, I think it's dope because it puts you on, you put yourself on a schedule. You know what I mean? That's a lot of time is the discipline of it is just putting yourself on a schedule. Um, because it's all set up to control us. You know what I mean? Like, you know, to make us pay so much more for healthier food than we can for fast food, right? You can go to fast food and grab a burger meal for like $10, but to create a meal for tonight, I gotta pay about um, you know, 24, 25. You know what I'm saying? And then that's even just to kind of sit down and have a good meal made for you. You talk with good food. Now you're really talking crazy, right? For the money that you have to consume. But that's the way, like I said, to control us and make us go and buy this bad food for us and hurting and harming our bodies at the same time. And especially when you're doing it over years and years and years and years and years. Um, but you know, I think same time, it's important to fast. I think as long as people are fasting, um, you know, you can cleanse yourself. You know what I mean? But you got to get back on the right track after that, because it's population control, man. It's self population feeding us all this bad shit, man. We kill ourselves off. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking to somebody the other day, um, one time about all the chicken joints that are in Apple Valley now. I mean, we got like seven chicken joints within a block and a half of each other. That's crazy. That's crazy. Fried chicken joints. But they got the grilled chicken option for you people too, for your dainties, your light skins. 'Cause I got two of them. But fried chicken, right? Seven of them within a block, with a block within a block of and a half of each other. That's crazy. But that's I mean that's what it is. It's an easy way to self populate the country. You know what I'm saying? Feed us, overbeat us, and then we die off. You know, so we got to stay smart, man. And that's why I'm just throwing these words out here, man. Like I said, me personally, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the vegan. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the vegan on that one, man. If I gotta choose mine, I'm gonna choose vegan. I'm gonna get back to vegan because I gotta get back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, because you know what I'm saying. Hey, man, if I plan, you know what I'm saying? Wee boy, all this talking I was doing with these kids, man. I'm trying to pop out, bro. I'm trying to pop out, bro. I'm trying to bring that old school game back and show them how T Dub used to do this, man, on everything, man. They trying to pop stuff off to me. Like, you ain't off for real? Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna drop these pounds on them, you know what I'm saying? Get back to being that healthy. Go hit a Borman, man. Go into the weight room for a couple of days, boy. Bam, bam. Uh, watch. I'm gonna get right for you young folks, you know what I'm saying? Show y'all how I used to do this. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Overall, man, just get healthy. Just get healthy. Find time to get healthy because health is wealth. It's the true meaning of wealth. It's the way to be enlightened into maintaining the best and being the best that you could be. So, you know, all arrows point to being healthy, right? You know what I'm saying? I got to too. So that's why I'm talking to you because I have to too. I got to take that plunge too and get back on the discipline track, and get my family back on the discipline track too. So, but yeah, you know, it's your boy. Spin my daily affirmations. If you listen to it, bless them. And if you don't, wasn't even meant for you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys, man. Have a good day, man. It's another gorgeous day. It's gonna be some rain coming up in the next 2, 3 days. So, but until then, 80 something degrees. Get out there. Do what you do. Holla at your boy. I'm out. 800.